Hey everybody, this is Gym Challenge Sunday number 3. I'm Abu and this is Sean. We're gonna get here into top 8. The first match of top 8 is gonna be Gavin Michaels versus Younggyn Kim. I hope I pronounced that right. and Gavin Michaels, obviously very well-known player here from SoCal, OCIC international champion, and actually, if you wanna be technical about it, he is the last OCIC international champion.
True. No
he
more
will
OCIC.
be able to hold that for the rest of the time unless we get it back, right? So yeah.
Very interesting teams here. Gavin with the Clefairy, Lando, King Gambit, Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Ogre Pawn, Fire. And very interesting to note that the Landorus is Voice Scarf Fissure. I wonder if that'll come up here.
Oh yeah, no. I heard some talkings about this from some of my friends who played him. Sing, Fissure, very inaccurate moves, but they are
Fissure into Dondozo.
Yeah,
we'll see it.
And yeah, we're getting right here into select right now.
Gavin selected so fast I couldn't even see.
I know, yeah, he selected very fast.
I was still flicking at the team sheet.
Yeah, and John taking his time here. I mean, Younggyn taking his time here. And
2-2-2.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, this 2-2-2 is like not that bad, right? I mean, Ogre Pawn Hides Flame, one of like the most used ones in the recent meta for Regulation E, and Chien Pao Dragonite, old classic. Same thing with Dondozo Tatsugiri, and good old Fluttermane.
Very interesting to note here that the Tatsugiri is stretchy with a speed order up, so that'll maybe come in important here. Landorus, Voice Scarf, Fluttermane. So we'll see if the Dozo can speed creep them after an order up.
Yeah, and that's actually very important, right? Because you don't want Dondozo to get necessarily super out of hand with that, right? And it even has Clear Amulet, so you can't really drop its stats either. It's kind of like
will not work.
It's kind of like you having Oblivious and Unaware at the same time, right? And
exactly.
Very good. And, looks like we're starting the match right now, and let's see what their leads are. I mean, yeah.
Let's see the leads out here. Okay, well, another second.
We gotta wait for it.
Also, another interesting to note, I just noticed Gavin is not running Wild Charge. He has Volt Switch on his Iron Hand.
Yeah, and that could be good for like slow pivots later on in the game. And
so when you see a Landorus and Fire Ogre Pawn, Fluttermane, and another Fire Ogre Pawn.
And this Fluttermane's actually Choice Specs, which is actually
no.
This is choice. This is
Booster Energy.
Booster Energy, right? So it will be faster than Lando here.
Oh, if it's Booster Speed, we'll see.
It is Booster Speed.
Probably is, because it's Icy Wind.
Yeah.
So Booster Speed, Fluttermane coming out here.
Yeah, so
it does threaten the Lando. We're gonna see a switch to Clefairy.
And depending on the Lando's bulk, it can survive one Icy, but I don't think it's very less than ideal for that to happen.
Especially since Ogre Pawn is right there threatening it. So most Ogre Pawn spreads are creeping on -1 land. We're gonna see Lando switch out here into Clefairy. Very interesting to see what both players click here.
And crucially, this does get in the Friend Guard boost, so this Ogre Pawn can take maybe an extra hit or two, and this might be very crucial here, right? Because if it was a double up, it could be KO. But,
so we're gonna see the Embody Aspect +1 here. It's gonna be very big. But Icy Wind does come out, and
you're gonna get the speed drop on both Pokemon here, and Ogre Pawn, it's definitely gonna underspeed this one, but it does matter if this will KO.
So Ivy Cudgel goes into the Clefairy slot.
Very interesting. And,
does not take out critically, so follow me here is very likely.
And that's actually a pretty crucial Horn Leech thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, chunks of Flutter for a lot, and it's a very I would say it's a very even trade of damage here.
Interesting to note that Flutter is does have Protect here, so no Moonblast. Very interesting. Does not threaten Ogre Pawn much, but with the Clefairy and the other Ogre Pawn having Ivy Cudgel.
You could just like honestly click Follow Me here, and it could be a pretty good turn here.
Okay, so Clefairy actually goes for the Protect here. I think actually a pretty good play. We'll see what the Fluttermane and the Ogre Pawn play. So Follow Me does come out from Ogre Pawn, so we're gonna see the Horn Leech go into that. Fluttermane goes into Shadow Ball into the Clefairy slot, which
and it looks like it's a pretty I mean, it does progress the game state a little bit with the Horn Leech. Horn Leech actually does like a good amount there actually, and played a little bit of chip for later on. And Speaking of taking advantage of chip damage, no, it looks like he's thinking of switching the Lando back in to lower the Ogerpon's damage output here.
So interestingly, Lando is coming in here. Yeah. So we'll see how he chooses to position the Ogerpon after Lando coming in, but Fire Terra is available.
Yeah, and then that actually crucially gives him resistances to pretty much everything Fluttermane is going to try to do to him. Besides Shadow Ball, right? And Shadow Ball, I don't think it's going to do too much, right?
Who does not Terra. And the Horn Leech into the Fluttermane. So we're going to see Lando come in here. Let's see what...
Crucially going to give the attack lower for the Ogerpon, so it can a little less damage. And Fluttermane
Shadow
actually
Ball
goes
to
for
Lando.
It's not gonna. It's gonna take a good chunk of damage here.
Little bit over. The special defense drop could be interesting for next turn. Ivy Cudgel does go into the Ogerpon slot. Yeah.
And it lives very crucially. That
very
was really
comfortably lives too. So the Horn Leech into the Fluttermane. Now Lando is very well positioned to threaten a lot of things here with stomping and rock slide.
Yeah, and since there's nothing really faster than Scarf Lando right now. And,
although there could be a Dragonite or a Chen-Pao in the back.
Yeah,
so
and then those are some of the strongest priority attackers in the game. And I wouldn't be surprised if actually Chen-Pao came in the back just because of how I want to predict an Ogerpon. And actually, here comes the Dragonite.
Okay, so Dragonite does come out. Very interesting here. Whatever it clicks here, it will be locked into the end of the turn if you do not choose to kick out. So.
Yeah, but it is threatening both Pokemon here. It's not intimidated. Ogerpon isn't necessarily bulkiest Pokemon. Yeah. And honestly, thing is because Ogerpon is likely faster, but Extreme Speed actually can go before Follow Me. And let's see if any what speed is actually here. Most likely Ogerpon will follow him up. That's for it.
So Chen-Pao coming out here, boosting that that Dragonite damage. So let's see what it clicks here. Fluttermane does come out into the Ogerpon slot, hoping to maybe immune Extreme Speed, but
Extreme
Speed goes into the Lando. Yeah. But critically, that Dragonite is locked into Extreme Speed in front of a Ghost Fluttermane. So.
Yeah, and that is very critical, right? And it is Choice Specs Fluttermane, and Chen-Pao will most likely be outspeeding it, but Clefairy crucially does have the Follow Me.
So it's awkward here though, because Follow Me would redirect the Extreme Speed to knock itself out, and then Chen-Pao would go the attack. So we'll see how Gavin to approach this, but
he does have the Terra available.
Seems like Gavin is pretty safe because Chen-Pao, most Fluttermanes are not going to die to it. So we'll see what happens. So Clefairy goes for the attack to block the Extremes, and if the Icicle Crash does not flinch or crit, I think we're gonna see a Dragonite.
Yeah, the Friend Guard is coming into play here. It does little over half.
Little over half.
Yeah. And a huge Lazarus coming out, and wow, that is very chunky.
Yeah, so that's actually a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, that's an inner focus Dragonite, right? So like it's taking a lot regardless here. And now it's actually very interesting, right? Because whether that Sucker Punch was a roll or not, he can try and Follow Me some damage out, but
looks like Gavin's gonna go for the Terra Fairy to get the resist, but his camera shows that he's very troubled. So
I mean it is it is kind of a crucial turn here, right? So I mean, anyone would be worried. In
so the Terra Fairy for the he gets the double. Okay, that's huge.
Does he call the Terra? He does not.
So Sucker Punch going into the Fluttermane, probably not knocking it out here because it does gain the resist. Doesn't do much at all, and Fluttermane's going to take a double knockout here with Dazzling Wave.
Yeah, that was really well played by Michael.
Really lucky too.
Double protect.
Like, a good play, recognizing that he had to go for the double protect. Yeah. But he does not seem too happy about it, shaking his head.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, actually, if Clefairy went down there, it would crucially also lose the Friend Guard boost, so maybe Sucker Punch might actually gotten the KO without the Friend Guard boost. So very good double protect there. He played to his outs, right? That's
he knew what he needed to do and executed on it pretty well.
Yeah, now
just Ogerpon left here does not seem like it's very likely to win. So Helping Hand goes into the Fluttermane slot with single target Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, and I mean, Fluttermane's still powerful, so even if it's a
Terra Fairy, it's still gonna chomp, So it actually takes the knockout.
The KO. Oh my goodness.
Fluttermane.
Helping Hand, Terra Fairy, Dazzling. it is a strong move, that's for sure. And Gavin Michaels takes game one with a really clutch double protect there. Honestly, I didn't even see him like try to go for that, and I was just like, dang, that was pulled through for sure. So you know, based on like adjustments here, I mean, like Gavin still was kind of in a pretty like back against the wall situation, because I mean, even despite him still winning that, he did have to rely a little bit on RNG there, right? But I mean, in terms of friend guard and his switches in order to protect his partner, they've been getting some really clutch lives actually. Like that Ogrepon living the Terra Ivy Cudgel last game, that was that's the power of friend guard right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see a Lando and Ogrepon lead up 7 if he clicks done here. So same as last game. Oh, actually, it was Clefairy.
No, he actually switched in Clefairy.
Oh, right. So it was Lando, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was Lando Ogrepon.
That sounds correct. Yeah. So we'll see what he's gonna do here.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean the lead wasn't that bad from him, but based on the adjustments things Younggyn made, can switch it up here. Looks like he's might go for again Ogrepon Lando, right? Doesn't really have anything threatening drop on it, right? And again, Lando's faster than everything except that Flutter Mane, right? So it does apply pressure on anything unless he leads Flutter Mane, he applies pressure on like almost all the team. And honestly, Rock Slide hits like half of Younggyn's team for super effective damage, and again, you know, very powerful move coming out from Lando here. So again, needs to be really careful on what he's doing.
I do wonder how he chooses to position response to Gavin, because that last game was very close and very tricky. So we'll see. Maybe new leads out of here. So it's gonna be the Chenpao Dragonite this time. Very interesting.
Very interesting, right?
Interesting adaptation. Yeah. So we're gonna see the -1 on the Chenpao from Intimidate, but Dragonite critically being under focus and blocking that.
So Lando is gonna get aside from an extreme speed from this Dragonite, right? Lando will get the first move here. Unless it can read.
Oh, wow. So Gavin clicking his moves very fast. He's going for the Terra Fire. What's the move? Ivy Cudgel into the Dragonite slide along with the Rock Slide. So
yeah, and
not fearing the Icicle Crash into Landorus. So see.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, depending on what Gavin's thinking here, like honestly, he might just want to get the damage off and just get a free switch in into something like right. I mean,
yeah, like the Flutter Mane.
Yeah, like Flutter Mane, like I wouldn't say Gambit's good here. You know, I should know what he brought, but yeah, he could. Flutter Mane could
interesting here. The Lando Rockside misses the Dragonite. That's really big. Yeah, Tenpo does not go down to Sash, but low enough to where almost anything else looks like. So Icicle Crash into Lando will take it out despite the -1.
It's 4 times super effective move. That's most likely gonna KO there, right? Yeah.
So we'll see the Ivy Cudgel, the +1 Ivy Cudgel resist into the Dragonite. Into almost a KO. That's wild.
Wow. I was. Dude, if I almost thought that was a crit. That was insane. But that is a sort of ruin boosted. So
Aerial Ace does actually leave it alive. So Flutter Mane comes out here, and this is really interesting. So.
And now,
a Clefairy switch into a Dazzling Wing. Very clever from Dazzling Wing.
Crucially, this Flutter Mane does not have access to Terra, so it cannot reduce the damage coming out of the Sucker Punch, besides the Clefairy switching, right? And this is going to be really crucial to see how much it does. But it does go for Icicle Crash.
It does hit there, just less than half. Dazzling King comes out and he's going to kill both Pokemon on the field. Or, not kill, take out both Pokemon from the field. Yeah. Dragonite and Chenpao getting knocked out here.
And also crucial, no flinch there, right? I mean, like I was thinking, like, oh, this Icicle Crash went before the Flutter Mane there could flinch, and luckily for Gavin, did not get the flinch. So he's actually really well positioned here. This Flutter Mane.
Interesting to note though that he does have Terra still available, so Gavin does have to respect that. And his Flutter Mane is faster than Gavin's due to the booster
it is
speed.
a booster speed.
So.
And
Icy Wind is very threatening here, and along with Dazzling Gleam plus a double up into the
And honestly, a -1 from the Icy Wind could actually just make the Ogre Pawn outspeed the Flutter Mane, right? Because it's not like Mr. Speed or anything. It looks like a very bulky spec set.
But looking at that Flutter Mane set by Gavin, it's very physically bulky. A lot of HP and defense investment, so
that coupled with Friend Guard might actually allow him to live as well, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't actually see what he clicked there. I mean,
I was not looking. Yeah, I was looking.
Could actually click the Follow Me here as well, right? To redirect it. And
body after it does come out. So the Clefairy looks like it's almost, if not completely max defense. So I do wonder how much. Okay, it goes for the Protect here. We're not going to see how much the Ivy Cudgel is going to do. So Shadow Ball comes out into the other Flutter Mane.
Oh, that's very good play by that.
Takes out the Flutter.
Take out the KO here, and he only has, I believe, Lando. The back?
Lando got killed by Ice Crash.
Oh, so he only has
Ogre Pawn in the back.
Ogre Pawn in the back. Okay.
Ogre Pawn does resist all the moves from the other side of the field except the Shadow Ball. So we'll see how that goes. But
it is 13 HP. So
the Horn Leech is interesting here though, with how much it'll heal. So Follow Me plus. Oh, he's going for the save. Okay,
so this is a very interesting play here, right? I mean, if he gets to sleep, it's actually really good for him here. Let's see if he actually hits it. Very inaccurate move here.
I believe it's 55% accurate.
Oh my, yes, so basically, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Almost a fissure. Dazzling Gleam does nothing to that Clefairy. Ivy Cudgel comes out into the Clefairy slot. Let's see how much this does. It is very bulky, so
it has lived this before.
Does kill. Okay, so looks like we're going to a game 3.
Yeah, no, he didn't even get to get the sing off. You know, I was actually kind of interested in see if that would go off. That'd been kind of funny, but I mean, yeah, I mean, Younggyn, really, like out positioning here.
He played that really well.
He's putting on so much pressure here, and
the Dragonite Aerial Ace was extremely strong into that Ogre Pawn, just getting so much chip on it turn 1, allowing the Flutter Mane to clean up later and stuff. Positioned that really well. The Fire Ogre Pawn with the Ivy Cudgel was putting so much work in that engine, you know? Telling that very, but
honestly, it did a lot for Gavin too. The Sword of Ruin, especially, right? that almost one-hit KO'd. That was crazy. Like it was a resist.
That was wild to me. The Sword of Ruin boost, just insane on that Ogre Pawn.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, this will do it like half, bro, and it just does like 90.
I actually know that calc because I've seen it. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. Yeah, Gavin's Ogre Pawn is like almost 252 adamant. It's so close to 252. It's like just barely.
Probably like one bump off or something. Yeah.
A little bit off, yeah.
And he's probably. It looks like he's trying to go for the same. I don't see. I mean, I could maybe see an Iron Hands here.
Yeah, like, critically actually. Looking at this team sheet, I think this Iron Hands is max speed. So that is very interesting. It's very high speed and special defense with very little attack investment. So actually, we'll see if that comes into relevance. But yeah,
actually, it looks like he's actually thinking about the Gambit here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little risky here, but I mean, I would really be interested in how he positions the Gambit here into the Dragonite Chun-Pao. Will be very interesting. But yeah, sorry, I can't get over that Iron Hands. That's such a low attack stat. I've never seen an Iron Hands with such a low attack and HP stat. Yeah, maybe that's why he's not bringing it, right? Because it probably doesn't do enough damage to like
in this matchup. Yeah, it's probably for the mirrors, the Iron Hands mirrors, and the Chiyu Flutter Manes. Very interesting here to see how these two players will adapt to these.
Yeah, so he actually does decide to bring the Black Glasses King Gambit, something you've used in the past.
Yes. So quite a lot of success on the ladder and Limitless, but not so much at locals.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that's actually like the last time I played usually.
Black Glasses King Gambit is so much potential to put in so much damage and threaten so many KOs, but the problem with the Mon is that you really have to position it well, and it can create quite a challenge for the player using it because, you know, positioning is hard.
And, I know, like King Gambit.
Interestingly, Gambit's picked up so much in popularity with Landorus becoming good, right? The Intimidate drops.
Yeah, I mean, although Younggyn doesn't have an Intimidate user on his team, and Gambit still could prove to be good into, I mean, and Chun-Pao here, right? But
so,
I mean, he doesn't lead Gambit. He
the
does
Landorus Flutter Mane lead into the Dozo Chun-Pao. Interesting that this is the first match Dozo has been brought out. We have not seen it yet, so very interesting to see how he chooses to position it. Clefairy and King Gambit in the back for Gavin here. we'll see how he chooses to position this.
Oh yeah, and I could totally see like a U-turn here because right, Landorus is gonna move first, barring like maybe like a sucker punch, right? But I mean, I don't know how useful that is necessarily gonna be for Qian Pao, right? So maybe he just goes for the icicle crash or something, but most likely, we're gonna see maybe U-turn or Landorus.
So we will see how these two players choose to position. They I did not catch what the moves they clicked, but we'll see.
He actually switches out the Landorus, just hard switches out, and I think
very interesting. Clefairy coming out here, probably a Dazzling Gleam from the Flutter Mane, if I were to predict. But we will see. So Gavin does go for the Terra, I think.
So he's trying to take as little damage as possible on this Flutter Mane while trying to return as much damage as he can, right? And Friend Guard's really good for that. And that's actually pretty much the same play he's been doing
all 3 games here,
all 3 games here, right? And then again, it's not...
so the Protect from the Dondozo, that means the Penta is probably going to click a move here unless he was scouting. So Ice Crash goes into Clefairy, that's really huge. Not going to do that much with that Clefairy slot. Gavin seems... Oh, the Moonblast, not the Dazzling Gleam. Not going to be doing that much to that Chen Pao.
Yeah, he wanted to take out the Dozo as soon as possible here.
The strength of Dondozo Tatsugiri, where you constantly have to guess when the Tatsugiri is going to be stretched in, right?
And he's actually just doubling it up into it again. He really thinks...
The Sing into the Dozo is so interesting to me because... So it does seem like he's switching.
Does he call it? I think he called it
Does the Tatsugiri come in? Yes, it does.
Does come out. Actually very good play, right? Because it's
This is gonna chip a lot, yeah. So critically, Dozos now are running Clear Amulet, which makes it generally more offensive, and they lose their leftovers Protect set. So a lot of them are no longer running their bulk and running a lot of speed and offense. So this Dozo is gonna be really fast and hit really hard, but not gonna take that many attacks. So we'll see how much if a Wave Crash goes into Flutter Mane. Okay, so Flutter Mane is
still faster. Yeah.
Usually Flutter Manes will be faster than Dozo, so that's gonna do less than half. I'm actually surprised. I expected a lot more damage.
And does it survive this?
Clefairy does live on 1 HP. That's huge.
Goodness. That's actually very huge because it could. Oh, and
Sing hit.
Sing.
That's huge. Wow.
Oh my God.
The whole building went off for that. So no
1 HP live into the Sing hit. Those odds got to be pretty low.
Gavin's really well positioned here, but he does have to be wary of his Clefairy being gone later in the match, right? The 1 HP. Chen Pao is going to be proved to be a problem for
He does have the opportunity to preserve it for later, right? And he's actually hitting the Sing again.
Tatsugiri Sing. So critically, this Tatsugiri does have Sleep Talk. Usually it could be Lingus, but I guess in this case, Sing Clefairy is something the Sleep Talk would cover.
And that does get the KO. It did do a little under half last time, right? But then the Wave Crash chip came out. So I don't know if
so Sing is not going to land.
It's not going to land, but I mean, that would have been great if it did again.
Yeah, the Scarf Tatsugiri is like very scary for this Flutter Mane here because he critically can put it into ranges for this Chen Pao to pick up, right? But Ogerpon will come out here. So Icy Wind Tatsugiri plus Ogerpon. Very scary here. But critically, this Clefairy's Follow Me will not work if Icy Wind goes first and knocks it out.
Yeah, and that's true, right? I mean, it does depend on how fast this Flutter is. I don't know if Flutter could naturally outspeed Scarf Tatsugiri.
No,
it probably doesn't.
It's interesting to note that this Flutter Mane is not that. I'm looking at the
he actually switches out the. He actually does switch out the Clefairy here, and what he brings in. Oh, he brings in King Gambit. He's switching it in on the Icy Wind.
Very interesting. Yeah, that's really smart here.
+2 boost and put out so much pressure here. Very good switching guy, Gavin here.
Critically, this Flutter Mane is not very fast. So
but it does matter if this Ogerpon does target into
the Clefairy, the 1 HP Clefairy slot. But I really doubt that will happen here. But we will see. If Gavin does get the read right with the Icy Wind and get the +1, that'll be huge.
Yeah, he could just Sucker Punch.
So Muddy Water comes out instead, putting a lot of chip on that Flutter. Does it drop accuracy? No.
Yeah, if it dropped accuracy, that would have done the same effect here, right? And
so Moonblast's gonna knock out that Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
Let's see who the Ogerpon chooses to target into. I will say, I do think it's better for Gavin here if the damage goes down, but it seems like it's going to the Flutter. So
that's actually not that. That actually might be a little worse for Gavin, right? Because he kind of wants that Flutter on the field, right?
The full HP Flutter puts a lot of pressure on.
And I don't know. I don't know if Gambit's going to be able to like Sucker Punch its way back to victory, but he does crucially have Landorus.
Yes.
Can just stomping
Landorus is very scary here. Chen Pao still has its sash, I believe, so that is something to keep in mind. But
yeah, and I think it might have to be maybe like a Rock Slide endgame for
Gavin here,
we'll
right? I think Clefairy in the back makes this very interesting. So yeah, the
Yeah.
-1 on both Chen Pao and Ogerpon is going to be very important.
He does
here.
have a sack available, essentially.
Or you can just Amon to reposition, get those intimidates again. So he is going to switch.
Oh, he's actually just gonna get the
double up
sack.
the intimidate. Yeah,
That's
so
actually
gonna be really
smart,
important.
Yeah. But the actually crucial part is right on me. I mean, you could actually just predict that he's gonna do that and keep the Clefairy in, and that's actually kind of bad.
That's
for him,
really
like,
bad. I wouldn't say it's the worst thing for Gavin because it does force Sucker Punch to not be clicked, and Sacred Sword will critically not take it out.
Yeah.
Or it'll knock out the Clefairy instead of the King Damage. We'll see here what they choose to click.
It's a little. I would say he'd be pushed in a less than favorable situation if Clefairy doesn't go on here. But I mean, if it does go down, he gets a double intimidate, and it's actually pretty strong for him. So,
Tiny little Clefairy comes out. We're gonna see a
let's see if
-2.
anything targets it. Oh,
So follow me.
Follow
That's actually huge. We're gonna see Icicle Crush miss into the Clefairy slot. That is really bad. For Gavin
and
here.
he does not.
He does not look very happy. He is
Yeah.
thinking about what he.
He actually wanted that to hit there, right? And now I guess Clefairy kind of has to. Clefairy kind of has to. Oh no, he's actually going for a protect.
Yeah, so that's actually a really interesting play here. He's gonna break the Chen Pao sash and then go for the Rock Slide.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's the play he's gonna go for. So the follow me here is going to invalidate the Sucker Punch. Gavin did not think about that here.
I mean, he kind of had to go for it, right? Because everything else outspeeds it. And
But Icicle Crush goes into Clefairy again. So
maybe he's expecting
protecting
the covering the
Lando
Lando
switch,
switch in, yeah. And,
so not much happened that turn except the Clefairy burned its protect. So we'll see what the King Gambit chooses to do here.
Yeah, and it would be it would be a little rough for this. Oh, actually, he's just gonna.
Looking for the Sing, so it seems like he thinks that's his only out. Oh, or not. We'll
Or
see.
not, right? I mean, there's potential follow me that comes in, right?
Follow me is really important here. Also, the Gambit being chipped, it's really awkward into Ogerpon because you can never click Sucker Punch, right? So you being slower than both Chen Pao and Ogerpon makes it really difficult. So he's just gonna go for the protect here. Maybe
Wait, did he actually get the double there?
No, Gambit can protect left there, Clefairy. So follow me from the Ogerpon once again. Sacred Sword into the protect, and then Sing. Let's see. Everyone in the building is going wild.
Ready.
Does it hit?
Again!
It hits! Let's go!
Oh my god.
Gavin is popping off.
And that's actually one of the greatest threats to it's actually huge, right? Because he could follow me, the Clefairy right here, and he could Sucker Punch into the Chen Pao unless it wants to protect here.
I mean, yes. Kowtow is also an option just to wipe out this Ogerpon, right? It's gonna do a lot of damage here. Black Glass's King Gambit's very scary. So the follow me is gonna come out.
Yeah, that was
guaranteed one turn sleep on the Ogerpon.
That was a great call by Gavin there.
Dude, all this has taught me is that Sing Clefairy is real.
I mean, yeah, if you want to get past that 55 accuracy on it.
My opponents may not like me, but if I hit it, it's good. All right. So the Ogerpon's gonna stay asleep for its guaranteed turn. Kowtow going into the Ogerpon. Gonna knock it out. That is
black glasses.
huge.
Oh my goodness.
I think this is Gavin's game to lose.
Yeah.
But we will see how he chooses to play this out. So Chen Pao still critically has that sash, but it seems like it's gonna be broken here with a quick follow me Kowtow.
Yeah,
So
follow me Kowtow breaks the sash, and he has Lando in the back, and I believe after this Kowtow,
Stomping Tantrum
probably takes it out.
A U-turn
or
probably
just
is
U-turn,
better, yeah.
Because he did burn his terror.
I thought he had dropped the U-turn for Fissure, but it was really terrible.
Yeah.
So sash is broken here.
Yeah, and
Landers comes out.
just 100% accurate
takes.
U-turn, and that's it, right? I mean, barring maybe like a crit on the Lando, right? But like,
I mean, even a -1.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So just looking like it's over. Kowtow plus Sucker kills anyway, regardless. So GG. Wow, what a close game.
I know, right?
Came down to that Sing.
That came down to the Sing, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Huge game from both these players here.
Yeah, that was very exciting to watch.
I'm really interested to see how this team progresses and how people choose to use them later on. But Sing Clefairy, not something I've seen. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, famously inaccurate move, but I mean, it worked out for him. I guess, wait, he was, what, like 3 for 4?
3 for 4, yeah. It just
oh
reminds me of that one game where Luca got fissured 4 out of the 5 times. So,
yeah.
Well, GG.
GG, yeah. I mean, really great game to watch by both players.
Yeah, that was really fascinating. Love to see the two teams.
Yeah, I mean, again, famously inaccurate moves being used, but I mean, it worked out for him. You know, it isn't Pokemon if you don't roll the dice a little bit, right?
Exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, again, I think I mean while Younggyn very position is positioned very well, I think, right? I mean, Dragonite. Again, I mean these two teams. I mean,
Yeah, they're scary,
they're
dude.
still
Honestly.
really good. They're still really good. Even
Yeah.
even though Dozo has like dropped off a little bit, right? I mean, a lot of them are again running the Terra
He's
Dragon.
really fired back with the Clear Amulet set,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Being able to just take knockouts. Actually, I was running it quite a lot in Regulation D, the Clear Amulet Dozo, just testing it out, and it felt good. The biggest weakness of Dozo, of course, is the Rillaboom, right? It's really hard to position around that, but Terra Dragon patching up a lot of those weaknesses.
Yeah, especially to Ogerpon, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see how so many of them are running speed order up with Tatsugiri right now, right?
Yeah.
To creep those Landorus Scarfs and those like Specs Fluttermanes, just being able to outposition late game. It's very interesting here.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, thing is that because it is very offensive, right? It can't heal back from the wave crash, right? But I mean, if it does get the crucial knockouts, it doesn't matter. But we did see the Clefairy live the wave crash.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that was the end breaker. The 1 HP live. Like this game was so lucky for Gavin. He played it extremely well. He played to his outs. He knew what he needed to do. But the luck that had to happen for all of those, like the roll, the sing, everything was crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean like that when that Clefairy lived on 1 HP and got the sing off, I'm just like, oh my god.
That was so unfortunate.
That was. I mean, again, worked in his favor, right? I mean, but,
he played to his outs, and it worked. Yeah. I guess that's why you never give up.
And he also, I mean, again, like I think he played the end game even after that, like very well, right? I mean, he called the double into the gambit there, and he actually got the free sing off. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people. This is like one saying I've also always heard, right? Is like the fact that you got yourself in position to get hit by that move or get hit by that flinch is also something you like, maybe could have avoided, right? But I mean,
it's very hard to account for a sing Clefairy, especially since he positioned to get rid of it, to outposition it, to beat it, but it had to happen. Just it hung on with that 1 HP, right? Very, very unfortunate. Would be interesting to see if they played another game maybe in the future, how Chenpao would be repositioned around Dozo, but
yeah, and also actually it was really funny because I mean Younggyn made Younggyn made a I'll wrap it up.